Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Fearless Thinking, a podcast designed to help you navigate authentic leadership and the entrepreneurial journey. I'm your host, Michael Devous, and these are my thoughts, lessons, and insights from my entrepreneurial journey into coaching, workshops, motivational speaking, and of course, what I picked up from interviews with inspiring leaders and entrepreneurs along the way. My mission is to help people unlock their untapped potential by using fear as a catalyst for powerful change and growth, so they can step into the greatest version of their most authentic selves. All right, let's get into some fearless thinking. Hey, Fearless Thinkers. Welcome back to Fearless Thinking Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Devous. Today, episode 49, we're talking about humble leadership, the unexpected key to entrepreneurial success. Humility. You know, we're going to talk about that special leadership trait that might surprise you. We're not talking about flashy egos or dominating personalities, which that's not what I consider good leadership. We're talking about quiet strength of humble leadership. So what is humble leadership? Now, before you roll your eyes and start thinking, God, it's touchy-feely stuff we're going to talk about, but you know me, I get into the vulnerable shit all the time. Sorry, pardon my French. Humble leadership isn't just about you're not a pushover, right? It's about recognizing the value of others before your own. Understanding that in terms of leadership, you foster collaboration with other people, with your team, empowering them. Recognizing the value in others is a powerful skill set. And I will tell you, in the work that I have done in the past, I have had numbers of different teams, which I love. I love working with teams and discovering the power and the talent hidden in each individual and bringing that talent forward and helping them discover how their talent helps the rest of us rise. And having a skill set, being able to see in others what really makes them valuable and then applying that to the team, I think is a wonderful thing. And being humble enough to recognize that you're as good as your team. That's it. As a leader, you're as good as your team. And you need a good team. You cannot be the one who knows everything, and you cannot be berating them for not knowing enough. That's not what leadership is. You want to be a good leader? Find an incredible team, right? Then you know what that feels like. You could do it like a sports metaphor. It's like hogging the ball, right? When a player hogs the ball, it never passes, but ends up trying to take all the credit, right? Yeah, you might have a few wins. I mean, it might be a great player. Maybe you're the best on the team, but you never really reach your full potential. The team never really reaches their full potential if somebody's always hogging the ball. But a team with a humble leader, someone who actually trusts their team and their teammates and shares that spotlight, just casts the spotlight on others and celebrates their wins and their contributions, that's powerful leadership, right? That's a team that can win championships. And the benefits of humble leadership is that you build stronger, more resilient teams. When you create a culture of trust and respect, where everyone feels like they've been valued and heard, and you're sharing the spotlight, you're shining the spotlight on others, you're putting them up, raising them up so that they can be seen in their best light. That kind of leadership leads to better decision making, more innovation from your team members, right? A happier and more engaged workforce because they feel rewarded just by being seen and heard by you and celebrated as well. There's a leader I once worked with who embodied humility, and I was really shocked at the quiet power behind her presence. It was like she was always standing beside you and behind you, nodding in affirmative ways at the work you were doing, not just giving you credit for it, but in a really interesting physical presence way of noticing you, right? Um, Everyone had such mad respect for her. And when she approached you and the work that you were doing and made a comment about it, it was done with such quiet deference and such humble appeal that you really felt recognized and appreciated and valued. And she did it, interestingly enough, in front of other people in a way that wasn't calling you out and calling you forward. It was just nice and gentle and understanding. Um, and that was a really cool skill that I thought, gosh, I really want to know how you do that. Like, how are you so subtle with it, but then so powerful at the same time, right? And it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that secret sauce, when your teachers used to, instead of yelling at the class to be quiet, used to whisper. They used to whisper so that if they whispered, you'd lean in to pay attention. It's that lean in moment. It's that lean in skill set, which I thought was really cool. And I wanted to learn how to do that. So one of the ways you do that is listen actively, truly listening to your team's ideas and their concerns. Active listening is a practice that it's not just about hearing what they say, but it is really about it's about hearing what they have to say, but then also repeating it back to them, right? Confirming, clarifying back to the individuals about what was said. By doing that and taking a moment to reiterate or speak what I don't know why this word is escaping me, repeating what they've said back to them allows them the moment of either clarifying what they said or B, recognizing they've been heard. And I think there's value in that. Also, I think the act of actually doing it helps you remember better what was being talked about, what was being said and shared. Two is admit your mistakes. It's so much, if you want to role model leadership, if you want to build a team that's capable of recognizing their own mistakes, bringing their mistakes forward, and then finding solutions to resolve those mistakes, admitting your own in front of them, showing them how to admit a mistake, explaining and role modeling how to share a trip up, a vulnerable moment, really opens the door for them to share theirs. We all mess up, we all trip and stumble. This is human error. It happens. But there's always going to be some on every journey, no matter what it is you're building, no matter whether it's a service or a product or a message, whatever it is, there's always going to be that. And those are opportunities for you to share with your team ways to bring it to light so you can solve it together. And I think that's powerful. The other one, on the other side of admitting mistakes, is also giving credit where credit is due, right? Celebrating your team's wins and acknowledging their contributions, both individually and collectively, that's part of your job as a leader. That's really part of what you need to be doing. You don't need to lather it on and you don't need to sugarcoat it, but you do need to recognize when rewards are necessary. And someone who's struggling, someone who's having a hard time, just might need that pat on the back. They just might need that one to get them over that hump, to get them past that obstacle, whatever it is, and just recognizing that they did something well in some other area, recognizing a specific talent or skill set that they bring to the table that is different than anybody else's. Maybe the thing that they need that unlocks that momentum for them and get them past whatever stumbling block that they have, and finding a way to sort of give them a little bit of credit, I think could be powerful and motivating. And then focus on service leadership, leading with a servant's heart, as they say, by prioritizing the needs of your team and others. I think that is a practice, and that's something you're going to have to look at how to perform and do differently and do better through active listening, admitting mistakes, and giving credit where credit is due. But being of service to others in a number of different ways, just ask, how can I serve you? How can I better serve you today with where you are? Pull someone aside and say, listen, I see you. I recognize you. You're doing great work and you're struggling right now in this particular area, or you've got this obstacle that seems to be really sort of dodging you. How can I help you? How can I be of service to you today to get you further along? Ask them what they need, because they will be better. They are better able to tell you exactly what they want and what they need than you assuming that you know. And somebody might surprise you with a request that is so simple for you to deliver, but you had no idea that's what they needed, right? That really could be a nice surprise. So if you're ready to really unlock the power of humble leadership, step fully into the role, right, of building your team. If you're not there yet and you want to build the team and you're looking to do that, and you're getting ready to launch and you want to build your team, join the Ascend Hub. We are fostering a community of humble leaders and ambitious leaders, but we do have workshops and things in there to help guide you on how to build your team and how to be a leader through the practice of active listening, presentation, professional and personal growth, mindset, all of the different things that you're going to need. We can do that, and we can do it together over at the Ascend Hub, where leaders will be committed to helping all of us create a more positive impact together. The power of togetherness, the power of me to the power of we. I will reiterate, together we can build businesses and organizations that are not just successful, but truly meaningful. And I think that building humble leaders, when you want to be a part of that, create that impact, that next generation, let's do that together. Let's do it together at the Ascend Hub. So anyway, yeah, that's all I got to say today about all of that. Episode 49, Humble Leadership. Yeah, do some fearless thinking this week. Go over to the ascendhub.com. Check that out. Leave a review if you would. I haven't had very many of those. I think on this show, I would love a review. Some feedback would be great. Hello. Everyone needs feedback. So yeah, do a little bit of that. Give me some feedback, do some fearless thinking, and have an incredible rest of your day. Thank you for joining me and sharing your time and your space and your ears with me. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the other side. All right. Be well. Bye.